people issue that she has to deal with here. And it goes to show you that when you're managing people, the negotiation tactics that you use from a power position are different than you use if you are at the bottom of the power load. So let's watch this, and then we'll talk about this wonderful manager and whether she did a good job or not.
A professional and a manager. The professional is concerned about her schedule. She doesn't think that she has enough time at home with her child. Here, perception plays a role. The manager has a very different view of the fairness of the professional's schedule. Let's watch.
Irma, I'm having trouble doing this job and taking care of my child. I came home last night after being on the road for 7 days, and my daughter didn't even know who I was. She wouldn't have anything to do with me, and I'm at my wit's end. This is so crazy. I feel like you have scheduled me week after week on the road. I feel like I've done my fair share. I do work really well, and I'm really going crazy. This is really difficult. I can't keep it up with the quality of my work, as well as being a mother, which I never get a chance to do because you always have me on the road. It's been really difficult. I think you can understand this, Irma. You're a mother. You understand what it's like. It's been really, really difficult for me. Can you help me?
Well, I certainly understand as a mother what you must be feeling. If I came home and my child didn't recognize me, I'd be very upset. And I would like to help you. I want to help the company, too, so there may be some conflicting interest there. Let's talk more.
Well, isn't motherhood the most important thing in the world? I mean, the child's welfare?
I think that's very important, and this is a very critical time in your daughter's life. And that's a priority question, and I think that's one of the questions you and I need to talk about. Where are your priorities right now?
Well, I want to be a good mother, and I want to be a good employee of this company. I want to keep my work at the level that it's at, and I feel that if you put me on the road as much as you do, I can't be good at anything other than my job.
Okay. So you're feeling like there's not enough balance in your life right now. Well, Francine, one of the reasons we put you on the road is you're one of our best employees, and we've got a lot of demand right now. And more than that, we're hearing, and I'm hearing from other folks, how come Francine isn't on the road as much as we are? And I said...
Who is saying that?
Well, let me tell you, I thought that was ridiculous, too. So I pulled together the data, and I looked at it, and I said, you know, actually, you are doing about 80% of what other people are doing. And that's been because I've been trying to the extent that I could to minimize the amount of time you have on the road.
80%?
About 80%, yeah. So they're right. In other words, they feel like you're getting a break that they're not getting. So when I'm standing in my shoes trying to understand what it means to be a mother, I'm also hearing this voice of 24 people over here saying, hey, is this fair? And I'm frankly facing the dilemma of saying, Francine, maybe you should do more, and you're now coming in saying, you got to give me less.
Yeah, you got to give me less.
I have several responsibilities. One is to keep you and those other 24 people happy, productive. But I also have to make this company work, and I have to make sure our clients are happy. This is our busiest season. There's no way at this point I can reduce the workload. I think we can talk.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I know that's, especially after what happened to you last night. I'm sure this is not good news. I can't reduce it right now, but maybe we could talk about some options long term that could give you some relief in the future.
So you're willing to work with me on this?
I'm willing to talk about it and to see what's possible, because I don't want to lose you. If there's a way to keep you, treat others fairly, and keep our revenue stream where it needs to be, I'm willing to work with you.
Bill, what did you think of Irma's performance there? What did you see?
I thought Irma did a beautiful job of separating the people from the problem, being soft on the person while remaining hard on the problem, keeping the company's interests in mind.
No, she's certainly able to be firm and friendly at the same time.
It really makes a difference when you can do that.
It's not just the words, it's the tone, it's the spirit, it's the intent that lie behind the words.
Well, all of these techniques are more than just, words or formulas that you memorize. They don't work as formulas. You really have to mean it. And that's why dealing with people is hard. You have to make this part of you and really make it work. But if you can, it'll make a big difference.
In every negotiation, there are people problems. When these loom large, when they become important, you want to get the first basic point. Disentangle the people issues from the substantive ones of price, terms, conditions, whatever you have. Just take them apart. Deal with the substance on its merits. But don't try and buy the relationship. Don't give in on the substance in order to improve their personal relationship. Deal with the substance, disentangle it, and then turn to the people problems.
Deal with the people problems using people techniques. Acknowledge your emotions and theirs without blaming one side or the other. Listen actively, put yourself in their shoes and understand how they see it. Those are the techniques that allow you to make them feel respected and well treated.
Above all, turn a face-to-face confrontation into side-by-side problem solving. So you're both sitting on the same side of the table facing the problem. You're attacking the problem jointly, not the people.
As I indicated, that's a lot easier said than done. As you get through life, as you move up the ladder, there's certain people you get along great with, you're on the same level of intensity, rapport, but there are a whole lot of other people in any organization that you work with that you're going to be on a different level with. You're not going to be everybody's best friend. The lady in there who was in such a swivet was trying to use her friendship with Irma, the manager, as a way to leapfrog over the other 25 people in the organization. And what Irma did that I thought was wonderful was that she said, I have to look out for you and the other 25 people. And if you run a shop with fairness, like Irma appeared to be doing, I think everybody's going to respect you more. They may not like the results, but Irma was able to say, look, I realize this is a serious problem for you, but I'm not going to be able, just because you have a serious problem, to give you a break on the travel time. So that's where the manager had the power, but she used it appropriately, as Mr. Fisher says, firm but fair. So we all want to have Irma as our boss. We all want to be like Irma when we become bosses with her. The hardest thing in getting to yes is dealing with the people problem. The hardest thing in pretty much all of life is dealing with the people problem. Statistically, 1 out of every 2 marriages is going to fail. That's 50% of the population is not going to be able to stay married to somebody. That's a failure of communication more than just about anything else. There are other things as well, but negotiations are based on fairness and on treating people with respect. Even though we role-played before in a power imbalance, this next role-play is going to be a team exercise. And we're going to have 2 people on each team. And we are in a business environment where there is a mechanical problem with a product that we're trying to get out the door. It's not that complicated an issue, and I'm going to have the front row being one side of the problem and the back row being another side of the problem. And we're going to read the exercise like we did before, and then we're going to discuss it in 2-person teams for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to negotiate 2 versus 2. We'll keep it at the same level as we started before. This is a good little exercise, and it's different than the first one in that here you're trying to problem solve primarily because you work for the same company. The front page is Phillips, plant manager, and you're going to either be green or blue on the front row. Pass those down, please. And the back row is going to be all yellow. You're the Crawley plant manager. Put your thinking caps on now for this little exercise.
Oh, yeah, you're interesting. What? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Emma. They're in Canada here. This is US.
Oh, wait, don't do that. No, wait, yeah, you need that. 1 second. Let me get it.
I need a
That-
cloth or something,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I'll deal with it. Sit. You're not a cleaning lady either. Paper towels, maybe? Okay, spend about 5 minutes, read the problem.